Hello, and welcome to my first devlog for Into the Dungeon, which is my upcoming VR dungeon crawler video game. That might be kind of confusing to some of you because that I say first devlog because I was making devlogs on TikTok a while ago, but this is kind of a reboot in my mind. Things got really crazy and discouraging. My game became really messy. It kind of turned into a huge convoluted mess with all these things. It was my first VR project that I was trying to tackle, and I learned a lot. But in the process, I screwed a lot up, and my game got so messy that in the end, I could barely even hit play on the editor without it crashing half the time. And that was discouraging. So, that plus going to school and working, and it, it was just a lot. So, first of all, one of the ways that my game was so convoluted was it looked really good. It looked awesome, but that was at the expense of optimization. There was no way that that game was going to work on a Quest 2 headset. It would have worked on PC VR and only on like high-end computers. It was getting convoluted, and it's really important to me that this game can release on Quest 2 and look just as good on the Quest 2 as it does on PC. So I learned a lot of optimization techniques for the Quest 2, and I've started applying them. And I want to show you a couple things. I put together just a test dungeon arena where I used Hurricane VR's demo scene that they have in their asset store. And then I also used some Cinti Studios assets and just kind of combined them together to just make this test scene. And in this test scene, I tried out a couple things that are really cool, especially on the Quest 2. You might not think they're cool, but I think they're impressive. I made some particle effects work, and they look amazing on the Quest 2. What you're seeing, this is how it looks on the Quest 2. It looks awesome. And also the lighting, right? The fire is emitting a light. Both torches are emitting lights, and they look good, and they look good on the Quest. That's why most Quest 2 games kind of look like poop, because lighting is really hard. The graphics card on Quest 2 sucks, and getting good lighting is really difficult. So you just get a lot of shapes and colors, but not good lighting. So I've picked up some tricks. I'm really trying, and I think it looks really good right now. So hopefully this is going to look the same on the Quest as it does on the PC. The other thing that I fixed, that I've learned how to do better, is VRIK, which is just having a full body in VR and having that body respond to your movements. So before I kind of had that going. I had customizable characters. They were set up for VRIK, but there were some clipping issues. The camera was sometimes clipping through the body and sometimes through walls, and the limbs were sometimes like really long. Sometimes the camera was above the head instead of in the eyes. It was kind of a whole mess. So I figured out how to make that way better. So now the VRIK system is dope. You can do a little dancey dance. It'll respond to all your different movements. The walking is great. The character's totally customizable. This game is eventually going to be multiplayer, so it's really important to have good-looking, customizable VRIK characters going on. So I got both of those things working, and last time it took me months to get to this point. I'm back to where I was, and it took me just a couple of weeks, and it's so much better optimized. So I think that this is going to go really well this time. I'm applying everything that I've learned over the last few months, and so far, so good. Next thing is the combat system. I had a good combat system going on in my last game, in the last version of this game, but I was discouraged by it because, I don't know, I guess I didn't think it was good enough. But what I actually did is I caved, and I finally downloaded Blade and Sorcery, and because I was like, well, after working on a combat system in VR, I can see why the Blade and Sorcery devs are pretty much the only people who've come up with a good physics-based VR combat system. Like, it's hard to do. I get that now. I mean, I always knew that, but I get just how hard. So I have a really hard time. I'm super queasy when it comes to violence, so I haven't wanted to get Blade and Sorcery, but I did get it just to test it out, kind of compare it to my combat system that I had been working on, and I realized mine is not that different. The combat system that I eventually came up with that was working good, it's very similar to the Blade and Sorcery one. So I was like, okay, why did I give up on this? I don't know, because Blade and Sorcery is super fun, easy, good combat, feels nice, and mine felt very similar to that. So I don't know why I got so discouraged, but I'm going to do it again. So that's the next thing that I'm going to bring back, but this time it's going to be with a whole lot less messy scripts and assets. I'm just going to do it clean and have it run really well again on the Quest. So look for that combat system in my next devlog. That's definitely what I'm going to be working on for the next couple weeks. And honestly, that's it for now, but I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out if you would give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I'm going to be uploading my devlogs primarily. I'll upload bits of them to my TikTok and my Instagram, which I'll also link in the descriptions. Also, you can join my Discord. It's been a little dead for a little while because, like I said, I took a break, but I'm going to start posting regular updates there, asking for advice. You can join. There's a whole channel just for game suggestions, which I really enjoy hearing. And I have a whole list of suggestions that I'm going to be putting in the game already someday. This has definitely been a dream of mine. I'm not giving up on this, on making this video game. This is a video game that I've wanted to create since I was really little. Obviously, the technology hasn't existed until recently, and it's still not great, but I'm gonna freaking do it. We're gonna make it happen. So, this game is getting made, one way or another. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm not gonna make my same mistake as last time and put a release date, because who knows what can happen in my life right now. I'm doing this alone. I have work. I have full-time school. I'm busy. But if you're interested, come along and I'll be posting updates as we get closer to a release. I'm really excited. Thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for watching to the end. If you enjoy this, please leave a like and please subscribe to my channel.